So before putting the fuel pump in, I'm going to take this out with this rather cheap looking Chemso fuel systems pump. This will keep us going for now. It was cheap and that was the most important thing. If I do have issues with fuel pressure, I will change it out for a better one, but this will keep us going for now. This box has come for the Jetta and it has come from Trackslag. Okay, we've had a package from Trackslag for the Jetta. Oh, there's a lot in here. They're all strapped together. Well, there's a full exhaust system. Well, I think that's just a catback for the Jetta. And then we've got a lovely 3-inch downpipe as well here. Oh, would you look at that? So this will speed things up a bit, if I can get in any of it. Look at that. Beautiful. Can't wait to get this fitted on the car. There's the website, mate, trackslag.com. This is the intercooler and rad setup. So the intercooler is mounted solidly at the bottom. This will have to be mounted by the slam panel. There's the bracket. The parts collection is starting to build up. So as you can see, you've got intercooler, the rad, they're sort of fitted in place where they will live. There's room behind for coolant pipes and a fan setup. I've got an electric fan in the back of that van, so I'll probably fit that. As well as that, we now have a Jetta full exhaust system. And then this is me 3-inch downpipe that goes into a 2.5 inch, and the full system's 2.5 inch then. I've already test fitted my 3-inch downpipe piece, the top bit. These are lovely, these fit really well with our Mark II Golf engine mounts. This is a Mark II with a Mark III subframe, so it's got a Mark III style engine mount, but yeah, there's plenty of clearance there for the exhaust, and the rest of the exhaust will fit lovely through there. I need to get a reservoir for this and then make a little bit of a spacer because there's too much press, there's too much length on that, so I'm just going to basically sort of space it out like that. Need a reservoir that'll feed my new master cylinder, that'll run the clutch. But yeah, it's all getting there. Lovely cheap Daco timing belt. But yeah, we're getting there slowly. Just keep taking things off and putting bits on. I am starting to look at the wiring, but I do remember how awful the wiring was in this car from years ago. Someone's tried to neaten all the looms up by running them through the chassis legs, and they have cut corners. Because they've cut corners, there's a lot of wiring to fix. So it's not going to be a simple wiring job like it normally would be on one of our 1.8 turbo conversions. This one's going to take a bit of figuring out and a bit of finessing to get the whole car's wiring right. Not just the engine wiring, we need to get the whole car's wiring right. So we've got headlights, tail lights, all the electric windows, everything like that needs to work. I even want the headlight washers to work when they eventually go back on. But yeah, we're still making progress. We're back working on the Jetta again. The biggest pain in the arse with this car at the moment is because I haven't got it running yet and I haven't plumbed it all together, is getting it in and out of the workshop, because it has been parked for 4 years, so you can imagine it's probably not the easiest to roll. Well, getting in the workshop's not much easier because I'm using a straight bar and a forklift truck, which means I've got a bit of a sweat on because I have to keep jumping off the forklift truck, turning the wheel a bit, reverse it back until eventually it's on the ramp, It's not 100% straight, but it'll do for what we're doing today. And what we're doing today is hopefully getting the exhaust fitted up, getting the fuel tank set in position properly, because we've got new tank straps because the old ones were rotten. And then we can sort of finish off the underneath. I'll tighten all the drive shafts up. I'll make sure everything's all right underneath. And that way, once it goes back on the ground, we can do the wiring, get it running. I don't really have to go back underneath it for anything. I can just drive it about. So first things first on the exhaust, let's get this downpipe attachment on. Okay, put the gasket on first, he says. Okay, and then this, even with the engine in place, a bit of a wriggle, come on, there we go. See if we can focus down there. In the right place. There we go. Okay, get some bolts on that. That's the downpipe part in, and we'll attach the other side of the downpipe from underneath. And then we'll put a lambda sensor in, and then I can start running the rest of the exhaust system. Okay, as you can see, it's all dried off and white underneath. These are where the ramp legs were, under there. And now the ramp legs are on the jacking points, testing their durability, which is good. And I'm stood unscared, so must be doing something all right. So now we've got to link that pipe up, put full exhaust in here. I've got a cover to put up here. Got new tank straps for this, because currently it's just teetering on that one tank strap, which is not ideal. This is the fuel pump filter setup, which is currently just the fuel filters cable tied in place there, but I will make a nice bracket. The bolts on the original 4 bolts that the fuel pump fitted to, that will have a nice filter housing. That's push clips as well, either side, so you can change the filter just like you would on a modern car, which makes life a lot easier. And then also, while I'm under here, up here, I'm going to weld a stud on. We'll get it out of the way. I'm going to weld a stud on here for the earth, because currently it has no earths to the chassis from the engine. And that's going to be a really important process when it comes to wiring. So we'll get a good solid stud welded on there, and that'll make a really nice earth point, and we can pretty much earth everything from the engine to that point. Perfect amount of pressure, cutting through nicely. Okay, cuts made. Okay, let me hold this up with my head. Absolutely beautiful. Perfection. Just get the inside of that cleaned up, and then we can fit it. There we go. Full exhaust system fitted. I would put hours and hours into making this. Instead, I'll just get the one from the man who knows. That's Matt at Trackslag. If you want one, there's the website. Don't think you'll get a Jetta back box anymore, but the KO4 downpipes definitely still does them. So, tank strap's done. Nice exhaust on. Looks lovely. Now, I'll just tighten the drive shafts up. As you can see, the dash is in reasonably good condition under all this dust that's been stored in my workshop for about 4 years. Let's get it cleaned up. As you can see, it's come out really well, which is good. I'll bang this in, and then I can start putting switches and stuff in. That way I can make sure every single switch works on the car and all the important stuff works. And then I can actually start wiring the engine when I can trust the wiring loom. So we just took the slam panel up front here, and as you can see, that's in line with the intercooler, so that needs trimming, and this bit completely clashes here. But we have started, we have actually designed something to fix this, which is you cut that out, drill 2 holes, and then that screws in over the top of the intercooler, which gives you plenty of clearance. As you can see, with that cut out and this now trimmed, there's not a great deal of strength on this, so when you put your bonnet down, it flexes. So what a lot of people do is cut these out, but they don't really put anything in to replace it. Whereas we're going to put this bit in, and it'll bolt down there, and that'll fix that issue. Okay, fitted this in, that's now solid. I got rid of the rest of the bar, I couldn't be arsed with it. It's just easier to work around without. So this intercooler's mounted under here on our boost fabrication mount, and that's cut out. It's got plenty of room. There's even room to fit a larger intercooler if you wanted a really big one, because all that sits there now is the grill. As long as the grill lines up, well, because this is flat, this moves wherever you want it to, the grill will fit. So I've got the Trackslag pipe all mounted up, and obviously this pipe down here is a bit too long, so out of the whole kit, this is the only pipe I've had to cut. And obviously there's a juggled end this side, but there's not this side, so let's juggle it. This is really not something you should be doing one-handed, because the pipe will try and bugger off in a second. Just like that. But yeah, as you can see, that's how we're juggling the pipe. Keep tying it off. Just keep sending it around. The most important thing to remember is to put the joggle in the right way. Because sometimes you'll walk over here, put it in upside down, and you'll have an inwards facing joggle. Okay, so all the boost system is now fully clamped up. Clamped up. So this thing would now hold boost. Just need to plug in the dispenser. I need to find a home for this. I'll probably get a nicer one, but I'm going to put it pretty much where it's in a TT. I think that'd be the best bet. Yeah. So we're nearing the end of the day on the Jetta. I've got headlights that are currently working. The headlights are an absolute nightmare because someone in the past has removed the wiring loom, put it through the chassis leg to the front, and then all the relays are at the front under the sort of wheel well, which means that they've obviously been in the crap, corroded. Right, I've got one in my pocket. Here we go. This is the state of the relays that were under there, and all the wiring's been pulled out of them, so I didn't know what was what, so I've just had to sort of pin that out, rewire that. But we have headlights now, which is quite an important job. See, we've got a dash in now, which is lovely. I just need to mount these vents back in, mount that centre console panel back in, and then hopefully get my windows working, because at the moment I can't put any of the windows down because they're all electric windows. But yeah, I think that's it for another day. See you next week. No, I won't see you next week. Next week I'm at Drift Matsuri, so I'll be watching some drifting next weekend. I might update a video at Drift Matsuri. Love this Nordy steering wheel, it's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, we're getting there with it. It's titivating little tiny jobs that are sort of starting to hold us up, mainly due to someone pissing about with the wiring in the past. So I'll sort of go through a brief history. Is when I had the car, it was 2 litre 16 valve KR, a 1.8 in it. He had a 2 litre, and then he had a VR6 in it. So this has had a VR6 before. Then I put in a 1.8 KR because it was going to go, you know, original 16 valve, considering it's a 16 valve car. And then I took that out and I put an ABF in it. The ABF was awesome. Don't know why I ever took it out. It's a brilliant little engine, and now it's going 1.8 turbo. So this car's probably had pretty much every conversion you can have for a Mark II Golf Jetta. So I'll try and pin some pictures up from my Instagram from when I first had it and when I put the KR in it, and then when I put the ABF in it. But now it's going to be 1.8 turbo and it's a BAM, so it should be probably the most power it's ever been and the most reliable it's ever been. We hope. But yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. If you're enjoying this, you know what to do. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think. But yeah, so catch you on the next one. That's all for now from the Mark II Jetta GTI 16 valve 182 swap.